Hey, it's Carly. I thought I would try to do a quick video while Levi is still sleeping. He's sleeping quite a bit this morning. Yeah, it's like 8:30 and he's still asleep, which I'm not complaining. He needs his sleep right now. I think he's growing again. So I'll just kind of get into it really quick. Sorry, I'm in my pajamas still. I started to get ready for the day, and then I realized that Levi and I didn't really have anywhere to be today, and it snowed, so I just kind of felt like staying comfortable. So I'm in my pajamas. Sorry. So I have date night jars that I made yesterday, and I was going to film it yesterday, but then we had friends over and I wasn't paying attention to the time. So as soon as I finished them, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to get ready for people to come over. So, yeah. So date night jars. I did a date night at home jar and then a date night out jar, and I'll talk about this one in a second. But I had these jars already with the labels on them laying around the house. I didn't do them. Somebody else did them. Actually, I think it was my sister-in-law for her wedding. She had these at the drink station so people could write their names on their drinks, so they didn't lose them. And then we brought some home with us because they had so many. So I already had these, but I know you can buy these, and I'm sure you can get them at any craft store like Michael's or whatever, but I'm sure you can get them online too. And then I just used a silver Sharpie to write on them. And my handwriting isn't super, super nice. But, you know, if you have really nice handwriting, or I'm sure you can find labels online that you could print out and do instead so that it's fancier looking. Also, these ideas I got off of Pinterest. And I know a lot of people do them with the popsicle sticks or tongue depressors, and they write the date nights on the sticks, and it does look cuter, I have to admit, than a bunch of paper. But all I had was paper, and I've been talking about doing these jars for ages, and I never seem to remember to buy the popsicle sticks, so I just got out the paper and I just started doing it. And I figure maybe eventually I'll buy the popsicle sticks and transfer them over so that they look cuter, but for the time being, the point is that we actually start using these jars. And what inspired me to want to do these is just the simple fact that it is difficult to do things with your spouse when you have kids. It just is. I mean, it just adds a whole new level to it. You have to get a babysitter, and that gets expensive. And then, you know, you're tired when you're a parent, and you're sleep deprived, and you have been planning all week, and especially if you work like you've been working all week, the last thing you really want to do is plan a date night or try to rack your brain for ideas. And so these jars are a really great way to kind of take the stress out of planning dates for you, and maybe give you off-the-wall ideas that you wouldn't necessarily do, that kind of helps you and kind of get out of a rut. Because I know for us, we get tired, and so we just end up doing the same thing, which is fun, and we enjoy our time together. But I think it's important, you know, when you're dating, you try to do all kinds of different things, or maybe when you're newly married, you know, you come up with more ideas of things to do, and you're still kind of like dating each other. And I feel like once you have a kid, at least for us, we tend to just stick to the things that we know are safe. So these are kind of going to help us get out of our rut, I guess you could say. So we're super, super excited about it. I showed Steven last night. I made these last night, but yeah. And he was really, really excited about it. He's like, these are great. Because as much as I even have a hard time planning, he has an even harder time. Because he wants to make sure that we have a great time, but he's always so worried that he's going to pick something that I don't like, that sometimes he just doesn't pick anything at all. So, ladies, you know, this is a good idea to kind of cut your husband a little bit of slack, to be able to, because they can't always think of things either. And I know we kind of tend to expect them to be all romantic and come up with all these ideas, but you know, they're tired too, and I don't know, this is a nice way to just kind of take the pressure off of it and come up with ideas. So there's the reason I did that. And I'll just go ahead and talk about the date night at home jar. So this one definitely has more ideas that are free or almost free. Definitely things that you would probably usually have around your house, or things that would be pretty easy to get to do this. So I have all kinds of things in here where this one cracked me up. Do YouTube karaoke, where you like go onto YouTube. I mean, there's so many songs and like music videos and stuff, and you like play them and then you have to sing to them together. I think that sounds hilarious. My husband probably wouldn't like it so much, but I definitely think it would be really, really funny. Have a chip and dip night. Have a night where you make dessert together. So play a game with high stakes. You make a bet and you play. You don't even have to play poker. You can play Uno. Oh, I know that there's one in here that says play strip Uno. So some of them in here are definitely going to lead to more than just doing that thing together, but some things are a lot more low-key, like just play a game together, or rent a movie. I have a picnic on the living room floor. No movie, just have a picnic together, like a romantic dinner, just on the floor. You could lay a blanket down or whatever and act like you're outside, just you're inside your own house. And then there's hundreds of ideas online on Pinterest. There's just, make milkshakes together. Give each other a back rub. There's one on here where, write your bucket lists and then share them together, or, write a list of the things that you're thankful for. And, not that has to be what the entire date is, but it's something to do together that you wouldn't always think of doing, that kind of helps you to just cherish your time together, because it's really important for us to spend time together. Our relationships are the glue for our family, and I believe very strongly in having time with your significant other. I think that it helps you all keep your sanity so that you could be better parents. So date night out jar. I color coded this so that we knew what kind of money we would be spending doing each of these. So I did green is cheap, yellow is a little bit more, orange is expensive. So obviously my ideas of what's cheap and expensive may not be the same as yours, but these are what work for us. The yellow are kind of the middle of the road. We have a date night budget where we get date night money once for each paycheck. He gets paid twice a month. So we have allotted date night. So as long as we can get babysitters, which my parents watch Levi for us, so it doesn't always coordinate schedule wise, but we have money to be able to do dates twice a month. We don't have a ton of money to do it, but enough where we can actually get out and do something. Obviously, if you don't have family, you're going to have to budget in the fact that you're going to have to get a babysitter in order to do these things. So just remember that when you're color coding your dates, price range wise, if you need to calculate in having a babysitter. So the green ones, or whatever, the cheap ones, you could even do where they're completely free. Some of them I have in here are completely free. Like I have this one is, walk downtown by the river. That's free. I mean, we might stop in and have like ice cream or something, maybe when it's not snowing outside. So some of these are probably things we wouldn't necessarily do until it warms up a little bit, but I just started throwing ideas in there, and we're going to keep adding ideas as we come up with them. Ice cream again. I don't know, maybe I'm craving ice cream. That's weird. It's cold outside. Go to the zoo. Cruise around town, talk about what you see. I mean, just kind of just start talking and just drive, cruise, enjoy it. If it's warm weather, like roll down the windows and just kind of relax and enjoy the drive. If you don't like to drive, or you live in a big city, maybe that's not necessarily the greatest idea, but we live somewhere where it's fairly easy to just kind of go for a drive. Play Frisbee. I mean, so like I said, these are things to actually kind of just get you out of your groove of your normal things that you would do. But, you know, you can still throw your favorite ideas in there. Like, we definitely have some of our favorites in here. So yellows are definitely things that we could do twice a month if we wanted to with our budget money. You know, go to a museum. There's a really cool car museum here that Steven's really been wanting to go to, so maybe we can do that soon. Brunch and mimosas. Go to a show, like actually like go to like a play or a comedy show or something like that. Obviously, depending on who it is, it might get a little pricier, which might move it a little bit more towards the orange range. But, you know, this is like, there's a university here and they put on productions all the time, which makes it pretty darn cheap. So, you know, just look online and find ways to do things where you live that are pretty cheap. And so this is the time to sit down, to Google things, to ask friends what their favorite things are to do, and then write out all your cards. I mean, just do your research the one time, and then you don't have to do very much then. When you pick it, then you can, you know, Google it, figure out where it is, look at the price just so that you're sure on the exact price rather than just a range, and go for it. And then our our yellow ones are, you know, restaurants that we enjoy going to that aren't super expensive. Like, you know, there's like a sushi place that we really like that isn't crazy expensive and stuff. But then these ones are like, you know, go to your favorite steakhouse where, you know, like your dinners are going to be pretty, like, more expensive and all of that. I have ones where they're like, take a cooking class together. So some of these are going to take some planning. If you don't want to do ones where they take planning, that's totally up to you too. I have a card in here that's do a staycation. You go to a hotel together and pretend like you're out of town. Don't go home at all. We did this a couple of weeks ago, and it was so much fun. We went out to dinner, and we stayed in a hotel, and we just like relaxed and took our time, and then we went out to breakfast together and just kind of like hung out and did window shopping. I mean, we didn't even really spend a ton of money, but you know, you could go to a cheaper hotel if you wanted to, and you could like take candles with you and take like your own like quilt or comforter or whatever and put it over your bed or whatever, make it like bring pillows and like make it look a little nicer and more romantic. And so just kind of like try to sit down and take the time to go outside the box. And I know I say that a lot, go outside the box. I think I've said that like 50 times. If I didn't say it, I videoed this like once before and like trying to get it all right, and I went off on way too many tangents and it was way too long. And as it is, it's already getting long again. So I'm going to shut up now. But I hope that this helps you come up with ideas for date nights. Like I said again, I think it's super, super important that you spend time together as a couple. I know that it's extremely important to Steven and I, and we're both really, really excited about these jars. We're really excited to have some more ideas of things to do together. So if you have any questions about anything, just let me know. And yeah, so thanks for watching.